Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, race fans. Today we are going to be at WatkinsGlenn Racetrack. It'll be the Motor Speedway. Currently, I'm loading into the game just a little bit. Sorry that I'm a little behind today. Work's a little long, fun stuff. But other than that, hope everybody's day is going great. Hope everybody has had a fantastic day, the fun stuff. They're at 13 of 90 laps. Again, apologies for, taking a while to... Oh, yeah, that's right. Today's that road course. So once we get into the game, I'll give you my usual pick. Sad to say, but I'm no longer I am no longer, like, in a row. My last race I was wrong about. Guys, you can't hear any game audio. There we go. Usual, the pole position is to Popeye. Looks like Cowboy's not doing too great on this racetrack. I don't think he really likes road courses. Caution will be out at this time. I believe this is the third caution. I might be wrong about who might win, but bucking the flight brownie in his car. thing that sucks about pitting on this track is that when you pit, you get put all the way back.
That is one of the biggest problems about this track, is that it is that.
That's one thing I've noticed about Rearman. He has a very, very fast car. It's just the fact that he can't race with people, with other people. Because his lap times are usually really good. It's just whenever he gets with his racing people, he gets wrecked a lot. go home. I can hear you just fine. Oh. Oh, sorry. Alrighty. Now we just gotta wait for Mr. Ataxia. Welcome, Mr. Taxi. I apologize about
Oh, no. I mean, you're good. I'm waiting for it to load into the race right now.
that. Gotcha. I was to say, if you need invites.
No, I had a couple of extras. We like to send everybody extras that way, you know, if something like this happens.
Very true.
And unfortunately, we know it was the server tonight.
Well, yeah, now you guys have more
PS4's
new people, you know.
Right. You know, which is good. It's growing the league, and that's what we need, especially since we have sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
But my system right now is pulling 380, and it lagged out in 2 different qualification races and this one.
Jeez, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. I had something for Popeye and Natro tonight, but hey, at least I got stage points at the beginning, that first stage, so that'll help soften the blow a little bit.
just a tad, but
hey,
that comes.
Some points is better than none, especially when it comes to racing.
Yes. It could have been better though, because you could have gotten that like top 5, and then you got some points, you know, cushioned it even more, you know.
Right. That would have definitely helped, but you know that, like in the first stage, you know, I settled for third. I could have passed Nate a couple of times. I could have probably got by Popeye. It would have been rough because they're both great road course racers.
Very good at road courses.
But
it's one of my favorite things.
In
right
the
there,
first
road
stage,
courses.
with a race as long as this is, there's no point in pushing things.
Definitely not.
You make a mistake, you wreck somebody, you go, like, you know, Popeye said earlier in the race, you go from having 3 points to none.
Pretty much. Yeah, because you could totally have like all the points in the world, being the leader, being the, you know, being up there, and then you crash, then you have no points.
Right. And you know, this track is difficult in the aspect you've got to angle the turns properly, you've got to hit your braking points properly. With shifting, the shifting is
probably the hardest part, yeah.
Honestly, what slows you down on this track is a lot of drivers, they'll actually shift down too far.
I got you.
You can run every one of these turns in third gear. The first one, every now and then you might want to run it in second, but you can pretty much take all of these turns in third gear.
Oh yeah, it's just a little bit of slowing and braking, driving, you know, just a little bit gas, you know, you're trying to get those points as perfect as you possibly can, but, you know, a lot of people don't know too much about road courses, so.
Well, they're definitely different than your ovals.
Oh yeah, very, very true. Because ovals, you just go left, you know, left,
left. With this one, you're running both sides of the tires, so it's very, very difficult to especially get a build for your car.
Right, right. You got to have that perfect balance, you know, soft springs so that the body will roll a little bit more to help you get through the turns, and you're offsetting things that you normally wouldn't on an oval track like Daytona. You know?
Very true. You usually want to have a lot of suspension on the left, you know, so you can have that cushion every time you hit that apron if you do.
Right, right. And with, you know, a road course, I mean, I'm sitting here watching Popeye and Nate right now.
That's what
and
I'm
the
doing
biggest
as
thing
well.
you'll notice is they don't really hit the rumble strips, which you can, but you don't necessarily want to. As your car loosens up, if you hit them, they'll spin you.
Yes. See, sometimes it's good to hit them. It's just the coming back on a turn. That's probably the best time to hit those rumble strips.
Exiting, yes. If you're still turning, no. But the biggest thing also is certain turns, and you could bear witness, you know, on this track.
I mean, shoot,
certain turns you hit that rumble strip, it will bounce you out in the turn.
Yeah, Cowboy's a very good example of that.
Well, Cowboy, I've got to give that man great credit.
Oh no, yeah, he is a great racer.
He don't like road courses.
He hates these tracks.
But he's sticking them out.
Oh yeah, he's still here. He's still trying to get those points, you know.
Oh yeah, and I have, you know, I respect everybody in the league. And it's good to see Cowboy running road courses. This is his first season actually competing on the road courses.
That's great then.
It is. And I mean, I love seeing it. You know, it's a 90-lap race. So it's a very long race. And for him to stick something out like this, being tracks that he does not like, I'm proud of him. It goes to show what kind of guys we have in the league.
Oh yeah, it shows that a lot of people have a different type of integrity as well, and then self-discipline, you know, to stick out that neck for, especially a track that you're very, very uncomfortable with, to still compete with it, to try and roll with the people that know the track as well as, you know, some of the great racers out there.
Right.
Because it's really ironic actually that Popeye is in the lead right now, because this track right here is, you know, 24 Jeff Gordon's favorite track.
Right.
So it's definitely very ironic that he's running as well as, you know, some would say he's running as well as Jeff Gordon would be on the, you know, on how well he's taking these corners, these turns. It's so minuscule for error that you have to hit every corner as well as you possibly can.
And that's one thing that's impossible on these tracks. You're not gonna be able to hit your points perfectly every single lap. It's not gonna happen. It don't matter how.
That's a road course, man.
Right. Now, I don't know who you're on right now, but this battle between the 48 and 43 is starting to get good.
Yeah, I was really saying that at the beginning of the race. I was saying that the 43 and the 48 definitely have like a battle going on over here.
And you know, it was fun battling with them.
Oh yeah, for the 27 laps that you had.
Right, unfortunately, but it is what it is.
Oh yeah, at least you got as many laps.
It's just like in, you know, real life racing. Things don't always go your way. You might blow a motor, you know, you might get taken out by another driver.
Something might happen
part of
with
racing.
Tires, you know, something might happen with suspension, some might shoot, some might be shot.
Right.
You know, fun
just
stuff.
like NASCAR had that problem this year with all those tires.
Oh yeah, that was a very, 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 very bad thing that happened with NASCAR, with everybody's tires popping left and right.
Well, and you know that it's like with us, the way we are growing and getting sponsors now and everything. NASCAR goes through those issues as they're growing
Oh
and
yes,
evolving.
very true. Well, I just gotta say, we love our sponsors here at Television. We gotta love them,
Right. I mean, this is
They
the
really help us
esports
grow,
is something that is actually starting to take off, and I hope it benefits our sponsors, us putting on these shows as much as them being our sponsor benefits us.
Yeah, I can't wait for the day that you three owners get to have your guys' own parties, your own divisions. Where basically certain people are in this one, certain people are that one because of how full you guys have the race.
Right, and one day I would love to have that. We're gonna have, we've obviously got our own Discord now because we are growing.
Oh yeah,
I mean, we'd still have to, you know,
do some setting up,
get
but
a few wrinkles out and everything, but eventually I would love to see, a 40 car field.
oh yeah,
I mean, that would
it
make
would be
running
great.
Bristol extremely fun.
It would be so fun, especially Martinsville. Oh, ooh.
And if we could get the right guys in there and help them get better, like we'd love to do,
Oh yeah,
it would be a fun race.
not only that, but even just getting some people that already know how the race field goes. Just getting people in general would be great. Just having that branching out for this, for the season. Not only that, but also for future racing.
Right, and if we grow big enough, we could possibly branch out into other games.
Very true.
Granted, I would love to see us get a newer game with some of the newer tracks like the Daytona Road Course. I love that track.
That's one of my favorite.
Rockingham, that they just
the new one.
repaved.
Yeah, I love that one. Yeah, they've repaved that so many times. It's great to see that they finally have got it down though.
Well, and I mean, I would love to be able to have a game with those tracks in it for the simple fact that when I grew up watching NASCAR, those tracks were there. Obviously, the Daytona Road Course wasn't, but
Well, yeah, because that's very, very good.
Rockingham and a lot of the tracks that are not ran anymore
Oh, yeah, that gorilla
were there.
Was terrifying.
I mean, NASCAR is growing, and they're adding obviously a lot more road courses. Because there was always only the two.
Well, now it's great to see that they're even branching out. That they're starting to reach out to the road courses. They're starting to make it more integrated.
Yeah, I like seeing that. There is a few of those road courses though that I don't feel that NASCAR
should have added
on. And I definitely don't agree with running these cars that you see them go to Martinsville and half the cars will burn up their brakes.
Oh, yeah.
They're changing brakes every pit stop. But running these cars in the rain with windshield wipers, to me, it's cool to see, but I think we're endangering our drivers.
Oh yeah, very much. But one of the things that I would love to see about NASCAR is that we start adding more vehicle types.
Right, like back in the day, we had Chevy, we had Pontiac, we had Ford, we had Dodge.
All of them. But not only that, but like different bodies, like different type of shapes of cars. Obviously the NASCAR has certain restrictions just because of the fact of how for the safety of drivers. But if people could recreate that safety, but with like different body kits, different type of cars, different type of wheels.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I agree with you, but in the same sense, I do like the fact that they're making them pretty much all the same.
Oh,
for the simple fact that nobody is getting an aero advantage over somebody else because of the shape of their body.
Yeah. So the main thing that I was trying to put that at is for like different tracks. Like for say like a road course, you have to have a more narrow car, or have like a more wide wide body, fun stuff like that.
Right, and I 100% agree with you. I really
Yeah,
do.
that would be great, Like not like F1 cars, that's a little too extreme, but because they're obviously the ones that are already ran on this and shit, they run these as quickly as Daytona's ran.
God, they run Daytona quicker.
Oh yeah.
They run Texas quicker, and a lot of their thing is the wheelbase and how low the car actually sits to the ground. I mean, this turn, that if you were looking at the 48, which it looks like they just called a game caution.
Yeah, that'll be the fifth caution of the night.
They could take these turns 30, 40 mile an hour faster.
Oh yeah. When you guys are running at like what, 120, 130? When fucking F1's
yeah, some of them.
yeah,
F1
when
would be able to
F1's
do a lot
running
faster.
running almost 200 in a corner.
Well, I mean, look what they do at Indy.
Oh yeah.
You
That's
would not
Indy.
see a stock car take that first and second turn at 190 mile an hour.
Oh no, that car would flip it immediately.
Well, you wouldn't. You don't have the same aerodynamics that are holding the car to the ground.
Yeah, you don't
They
have
just
as
can't
tight
hug
as
those
wheel
turns
bearings.
that much.
You don't have as tight as like suspension. You don't have as tight as anything. And these cars can't even handle that for that matter because of the fact of how wide they are, how tall. They have that safety, unlike some of the F1 cars.
Right. Well, let's see if they all make it through turn one again. I have to
That's
say,
never gonna happen.
I have to compliment everybody. Everybody has, as far as punting people through turns and using the side of people's cars to turn, they have done really, really good tonight, and I am proud of the entire league for that.
Oh yeah.
That takes a lot of concentration, a lot of paying attention, because you don't know when that guy in front of you is going to start braking.
Or even if because there's no brake lights on these vehicles, so it definitely makes it really challenging. I mean, once upon a time there
if they
was
had lights
but...
on these things, the turn signals would be wore out by the end of the race.
Oh yeah, they would be very much worn out. The entire they would need to replace their blinker fluid,
Right. They actually sell a bottle of blinker fluid now, right?
Yeah, it's really funny. It's for I'm trying to remember what vehicle it's meant for, but it's meant for like some type of vehicle that requires like a type of liquid to refurbish the neural lights inside the headlights.
Right.
It's really weird, but
Well, I guess we can't tease our girlfriends anymore by sending them to an auto store saying, "Give me some blinker fluid."
nah, now we gotta say get some what is it? Some spoiler fluid.
Right.
To grease up my spoiler. Now that would be great. Hey, man, can you go into AutoZone, get me some of that suspension fluid? For what? The front or the back? Oh, definitely the front.
Who are you thinking is gonna win this race?
I'm hoping that it will be the 43 Mr. 529 Toes, because he has a great car out there tonight. He's just running a little slow. Just because he knows the corners, he's just taking them too sharp.
Oh, and see, like Claire, for instance, and I attribute this to his age. He's young. He's fast. But when it starts coming down to the time where he gets around me, Popeye, or Nate, he seems to get a little anxious.
Oh, yeah.
And courses or tracks like this, you can't get that way or you're going to make a mistake. And this track, as long as it is, it takes forever to recover from a mistake.
Oh, yes. Just because of the fact that how long it is, the turns, it definitely, the turning definitely slows down your possibilities of even trying to catch these gators. But if you can, if you wait for that right moment for one of them to mess up, you can definitely catch them. Because as you were saying
Well,
before, people have those mistakes because there's no way they're going to be perfect because that's just vehicles.
right. Which that's what makes racing Nate and Popeye so much fun. And a few of these other guys that they're getting better and better through the seasons. The more seasons we run. I mean, like Jason, he has gotten so much quicker, so much better, and it's really exciting to see.
Oh, it's
I mean,
fantastic.
Cowboy has gotten so much faster. I would love to see that man get a win, and that's my goal for the Ford team this season, is to help him get a win.
Correct
He
me if I'm
has a
wrong,
car
but the
that can
14
do
is
it.
on your team, correct?
The what?
The 14 is on your team, correct?
I'm in the 14.
Oh, not yeah. Well, yeah. But Mr. Cowboy, that's what I meant.
Yeah, he's on my team.
Gotcha.
He's in the 4.
Yeah.
I've actually got 5 teammates. The one is not part of the Force camp or RCR,
Yet.
but you know.
Yet. You'll
Why did I
get it.
say
You'll get him
RCR?
there.
God dang it. RCR is Chevys.
Gotcha.
Wow, I meant Stuart Haas.
Same difference,
No. Stuart Haas is Fords. RCR is Chevys.
Trust me, I know.
I mean, it'll be a little different this season watching RCR field 3 cars.
Oh yeah, and then the Popeye team just keeps picking up people.
Now, we've always told these guys they'd be in a lot of trouble if they put me, Nate, and Popeye on the same team.
I mean, shit, it's already a hassle that Nate and Popeye are on the same team.
It is, but it honestly it makes it fun for me because that's why I want to work with a lot of these other guys. I mean, Nick has just joined the 4 team. He's in the 41 now.
Yeah.
And my goal there is to help him grow and get better. Just like Cowboy's improving. I think at times Claire's improving. But I know week in and week out, Popeye and Nate are going to bring the best setup they can make to each and every track. And I'm going to have to work for that win.
Oh yeah. They're never gonna just.
Yeah. I've got a couple wins this season, but I've still had to work for them.
Oh yeah. But those were fantastic wins. They were definitely well earned.
Well, to me, the one was I don't think Bristol was.
You
that
still
well earned.
you still had a great car that night though, so that definitely makes the difference there.
Right, and honestly,
So
I'm
if
not
it
gonna
was
make
given
any
to
changes
somebody
to it
that
for the next
didn't
one.
have a vehicle, that had the aerodynamics and the way your vehicle was built for that, it was a great race between all of you.
It was.
'Cause
It was.
I remember especially me and Proto coming in there and saying, "Wow, that was intense."
It was, and that's the thing I love about Bristol and Martinsville. Because they're so small, the racing is really close. You don't really have a way to pull away from everybody. So you're having to watch yourself for mistakes and make sure that, you don't have somebody right there breathing down your neck. Track like Bristol, you're gonna make a mistake. You got somebody breathing down your neck.
Oh yeah,
Because you're gonna pay
that's
attention to
every
them.
3 seconds. I'll still never get over the fact that night we had 21 cautions that night.
Well, I mean, that does happen on
Occasion, yeah.
short tracks. I would like to see those cautions come down. I I think we've gotten a lot further throughout the season.
Oh yes,
than
I
when we
mean,
started the season.
just look at Martinsville. We only had 16 at that one, and Martinsville is even scarier.
Yes, because the turns are a lot sharper.
Oh yeah, and not only that, but the braking, because you only have so long to hold that gas pedal, and that straightaways that you have on those on Martinsville is very very short. So but those turns are also short, so you really have no time to like adjust. So it gives a lot more room for error. It gives that the distance of wrecking. It gets very claustrophobic on the track.
Yes, it does. Very quickly. I mean, I was telling you about the rumble strips here. Martinsville, they are treacherous.
They will throw you into the dirt immediately.
Now, if you go too far over, yes, they will. You hit that inside wall, you're going to spin in the middle of the turn, but they will also, as high as they are, they're more prominent there than they are in a lot of places. They will throw you out into the middle of the track. And if you got somebody on the outside of you, you guys are wrecking.
Yeah, there's no going against that.
Well, we got one around on the track, the one's around.
Yep. I was actually expecting that when that happened.
Looks like he's having a little bit of trouble getting it going straight.
That's one thing I was saying at the start of this race is the one car. He has beautiful times. Like if he's racing by himself and he does qualifying, he has beautiful times. Like he definitely has one of the fastest cars on the track. But the only thing that I was saying at the beginning was the fact that he gets very nervous when he's around other cars and tends to be a lot more loose than have those turns down when he needs it.
And that's why we stress one of the biggest points to the guys in our league. Times, as long as you guys are, within a couple tenths of each other, you're gonna be fine, because not every time does the fastest car on the track win.
Oh, very true. I mean, hence
Some of it is
the last road course when Popeye gave Natro the win.
I like
that
how you said gave him the win.
He pretty much did.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Did, but...
He was so pissed at the end too. It was like, why the hell did I do that?
Popeye's a great guy. He really is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, shit, he's my father. I know him a little bit more than everybody else. I know that man way too damn well. Way too damn well.
But that's not a bad thing. I mean...
Sometimes it is.
You've had a great role model growing up, though.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it that way.
That's what I was saying as a child. Literally at a very young age, I was saying that, yeah, I may despise my father, but he is still my role model and he is my superhero.
Right.
Because that man will do anything. He can do anything. You ask him to go build a wall, build a house, build anything. Not only that, but do anything, and he'll probably know how to do it.
And see, I hope my kids, when they get that age, look at me the same way.
Very true. I mean, you're getting close to it, so...
Not with my youngest ones.
Well, that's the youngest ones, come on. When you're a child, you hate both of your parents. Despise whatever they do for you. Even if one gives you all of the presents in the world, you'll still have a little bit of hate towards them.
Yeah.
That's just how children are, come on.
I remember being that age.
Everyone remembers that age where they hated their parents.
I loved
now they
my
miss
mom
them.
more than anything, but I couldn't stand my dad. But, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing I'm more and more like him.
Oh, I realized that at a young age. I'm just tweaking how I have it. because it's really strange, but I have a very, very balanced genes from both my parents. It's very, very strange because it's very rare. But the I think it might be the reason why I have O negative type blood, but I'm not 100%. Because I have one of the rarest blood types in the world. Luckily, I know a lot of people that have O negative blood, so I'm great if I need like blood. But that is something that I very much cherish because my parents both have very great traits about them. They both have my father has the hardworking mentality. He has that I can pick up anything in like 20 minutes tops. And then on my mom's side, I have that discipline and that stillness to actually learn it. It may be challenging at times, but guess what? I'll push through and do it. Just because if I see the what is it called? If I see the purpose or meaningfulness of what I'm doing or what I need to do, then I'll do that harder than anything else I've ever done in my whole life. And it's it's a fantastic thing.
You're not always going to enjoy the job you do, though.
Oh no, that's life though. I mean, shit, I love the job I have right now, but I hate it at the same time. The reason why I love it, because there's always something new. You're never bored. But then again, it's also a lot of hard work, and obviously, nobody wants to do work. No, nobody in the world if everybody could just sit on their ass and just do something that they want to do, life would be so much easier. But that will never happen. So.
Yes, shit. But something like that wouldn't work for you.
Oh,
if
no.
You're like your dad. Something like that wouldn't work for you because you enjoy the feeling you get
of accomplishment
from working as hard as you do when you get that paycheck.
Correct. Love that paycheck on Thursdays,
I mean, I remember my first construction job. I was 15. I was building houses. The first thing I bought, believe it or not, was a pack of Juicy Fruit.
First thing I bought was a 50-cent pie from Walmart. I remember it. I bought like 20 of them.
In that same sense, though, that pack of Juicy Fruit meant it took a different meaning than what it did when my parents bought it for me.
Oh yes, because it gave you a sense of entitlement. Yeah, you made it. You literally instilled that by the hard work that you have made.
Right.
It is so great to see the accomplishments, especially after you make it yourself.
Right. That's why my kids, when they get paid for doing chores, they get paid them in Monopoly money. Oh, no. I've got a system set up to where they're learning to save money. They're learning, the value of money and how it is to earn things. I get those boxes of sorted chips. I get little Debbie's and stuff like that. And they've all got a price tag on.
They can redeem it. I gotcha. That's really cool.
They can buy something with it.
That's pretty sick. That's actually a great idea.
Unless you're my son, who hoards all of his.
See, that's one thing that has always been a thing in our family, where it's very hard to save money, but it's very easy to spend it.
Oh yes, it is.
This will be the 7th caution of the night. Apparently, Cowboy's going off into the dirt real quick. I think he needed to slow down.
Like I said, this is a very, very long race.
We recently reached halfway. We should be around 75% here shortly.
God, it sucks seeing my car on pit road.
Yeah, I viewed it real quick and I was like, oh, there's a taxi. Wait, he's in my ear.
I didn't even think about, being able to see my own car and my name sitting.
With a taxi on it. Yeah, I just viewed it. Looks like those two front leaders are still front leaders. That 24 of Popeye and that night of Mr. Nitro.
Now I'm wondering if Nick lagged out also.
Yeah, I believe
his car is sitting there on pit road.
I think Popeye was trying to get Nick into the booth with us, because he was talking about trying to get somebody into the booth with us, but he just didn't even ask me.
As you can see, everybody's going down pit road to get those fresh Goodyears.
Oh yeah. Hopefully they don't pop on them this time.
Honestly, everybody so far has had a great race.
Oh yeah.
Even the people that are in the back, they've still been doing what's great. Oh yeah, you're
put the 43 into the wall.
You're experiencing the glories of pit road, aren't you?
That's honestly why we don't run damage in our league, because with the cars driving through each other, even though they're ghosted, you actually get damage.
You also get thrown into a wall a little bit because it still has contact.
Right, and that's why I'm saying, even though the cars are ghosted on pit road, you get damage from driving through them.
Yeah, on your guys' screen, you're driving through them. On ours, oh my god, you are not driving through them. You are taking them with you.
we're just killing everybody.
Oh yeah, it's
crews and all.
It's hilarious. The first time I saw it, it was so funny to see, because just seeing cars flipping left to right, then just teleport back into their pit box as they drive out. It's really funny to me.
Well, one thing, if you actually look close enough, if you can see it, I don't know if you can see it in a stream or not, but the cars are actually sitting like an inch above the track when they're off the road.
Yeah, for me, I can't see it, but it's pretty much almost smooth, and because of how high my, because you've heard Popeye's fucking Wi-Fi, he has great Wi-Fi. Mine actually doesn't draw as much, but mine puts out more than his, because I have a computer. So my computer can actually do up to 500. I have a limiter that's set that only does 200. So he has his Wi-Fi, but because of that, I actually can see how close people are to the track, to see all of the beautiful suspension being used, people getting thrown against the wall. I see it in very great detail.
This first turn's going to be interesting when they go green again.
Oh yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting.
As if it plays out the way it has so far tonight, this is going to be a great race.
Oh yeah. Because these guys out here, they definitely got the stuff going for it.
Oh, they do. And you see that 43 that's back up into third, 48 back in.
That 48's won a piece of 43 real bad.
Claire has moved up to fifth.
Yeah, it's good to see. He's making slow progress, which is what he needs to do. I've been telling them every stream I've done, I tell Claire he needs to slow down with his progress and moving up the field, because he will cut people off, and he will throw people in the wall. And I'm like, bro, you need to chill. And I know he's listening to the stream, because he's one of the few people that actually watch it every single race. So,
well, me, I'm concentrating on driving.
yeah. He's doing both, so I don't know how he's fucking doing it, but props to him for that.
Maybe that's something that we need to talk to him about. Maybe that's why he's making mistakes.
Maybe. I don't know if he's like exactly watching, but I know he hears me. I know he is, so.
Well, and see, to somebody like me, I've got ADD. That would be a major distraction.
Oh my god, I couldn't do it. I barely can fucking glance at my phone for a second and drive, okay?
Here they go, green.
Let's see how it goes. Looks like
As
the
you can see, that
43 is
43
already trying
trying
to make that
jump
move.
to the inside of that 9.
He's already making those money moves. 43 already gave him the slip. That 48 moved back a little
there
bit
goes
by
a
that
little
18.
nudge from the 9.
That's one thing I've noticed about Mr. Natro is he has a tendency to give a little bit of bumping and grinding, especially when you're in his way.
Oh, that makes it fun though.
Oh yeah, it makes it really fun. But if you don't know
Nate
how
and
to
Popeye are
handle
behind
it,
me and they're gonna pass me, they have to work for it. I'm not just gonna give it to them.
that is one thing I have noticed is you are probably one of the hardest ones to pass in the league. So that's good props to you.
There's times you'll see that I'll give it to them if they've got a faster car and we're early
Oh yeah,
in the
you
race,
can see
there's
it.
no sense in racing for it.
You can see the speed on cars. You just look around you and you're like, oh, they're flying. Let's get over a little bit.
Now next week's gonna be quite interesting. I'm hoping that I can help Cowboy to a win, his first win for our league.
Because I have an understanding. Because I was told by Cowboy like at the beginning of the season that next race is going to be one of his best tracks. So
Our next race is Daytona.
yeah, it's one of his best tracks. So it's going to be great to see Mr. Cowboy, you know, up there in front. Because at the beginning of the year, seeing that, Natro, why'd you jump back on? You screwed the 43 a little bit.
I don't see that's part of racing. You gotta pay attention to what's going on around you and prepare for that. I can guarantee that wasn't intentional.
I know.
By the 9, but
there was
it's racing.
There was a thing between Buck and somebody else. It might have been you, but Buck got bumped and almost hit the wall, and he came back and gave him a slight nudge. It wasn't enough to throw him anywhere. It wasn't anything like that. He just gave him a little bump on the side of the car, and it was quite funny. It might have been the 48. One around. 43 is around.
It looks like we have a couple around.
3 around.
We have
4 around. 4 around now.
That's a
wow.
And
that would be the
like
18, 10, 1, and the 43. So that will be the 6th caution of the night.
Right. Which, honestly, for WatkinsGlenn, that is not bad at all.
No, it is great.
Hey, you know, it's cool seeing Go Bowling on the back
What'd you
of
say,
Claire's
Dad?
car right there, because this is the Go Bowling at the Glen.
What'd you say? Yeah, I know. I watched the 4 pileup. Yup. 43. The 43 got loose, took out.
Cowboy's still hanging in there. I'm proud of the man.
18. And then that just kind of piled up with the rest of them.
Here we go, green again. This is going to be quite interesting. 43 and Claire lined up on the back of that outside row.
Hate to see it. They both made some great progress during that, but it's good to see that they're actually doing something on this restart.
Oh, and one goes through the grass.
Yeah, the one likes to kill Digger all the time. It's really messed up. He's just out there, you know, broadcasting and stuff, and fucking one car just comes out of nowhere and just decapitates him.
The cool thing about WatkinsGlenn is it does have penalties.
Very true. Yes, it does.
You cut that first turn too sharp, go through too much of that grass, you get a penalty. If you cut the bus stop, you get a penalty.
Yeah, Popeye almost got one when that game caution was called a little while ago. Because he blew past the bus stop, but almost got it. But since there was a game caution called, he didn't get the repercussions.
I don't see. That's why I said racing sometimes is partially luck.
Oh yeah, that was
in the right
great
place
luck.
at the right time.
Because right as he was about to blow it, game caution got called. So he got extremely lucky.
You know, I know Nate's fast, but I think he's fighting his car a little bit.
Oh, he
I
definitely
know
is.
when I was racing the two of them, and I got right up behind Nate, his car got loose.
It looks. I just noticed something. It looks like there's one car every time he gets draft, he loses control of his vehicle. Huh.
Well, you know,
Ooh.
like we talked about this track and Sonoma, they're very difficult to make a great setup for.
Oh yeah. I mean, Popeye and Nature kind of got that thing down, but I mean, shit. Even you had a good setup for this one.
Always, I love this track.
Yeah. Sonoma is my favorite one, but this one right here, I enjoy so much just because of the shape of the track is so ridiculous that it makes it so fun.
Right, right. Now it looks like that one is challenging that 43.
Like I told you, that one car has great speed and great handling. It's just he gets a little loose every now and again, and that loose really messes him up big time.
Well, and this is a type track that is very easy to.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, you got that straightaway before the bus stop, and you get into somebody's draft. It's really easy to blow through that turn.
Oh yeah. Not only that, but it's also very easy to lose control of your car. Just
Right.
because
You
you're trying to
get on
slow
the
down,
brake
you
too
try to get
much,
that, and then you just squirrel out. Yep.
But I'm proud of these guys. I really am. They are doing one heck of a job, putting on one heck of a show for the sponsors.
Yeah, so far we have a less cautions on this one than we did on Sonoma, because on Sonoma I believe we had 13 cautions. And we're only going on 6 now, and I believe we're a little bit more than 75% done with the race now.
Right.
So we're in for
And,
hour 30, so
now your
yeah.
6 cautions, were those actual cautions, or are those including the 2-stage brake cautions?
They are including the 2-stage, so there would be 4
So having
regular
4
cautions,
actual race cautions, that is
amazing, yeah.
extremely good. I am extremely happy with that.
Yeah, it's great to see that, there's a lot of less crashing into each other and a lot more racing, because it really shows the skill and ability of these drivers.
Oh yes, yes, yes it does. 100% agree with you.
That's the reason why I enjoy the road courses, because it really, really shows the potential of these drivers, because it can either make or break you in this race. Because this track in general at Glen, it's incredibly difficult to get points, but if you get points, it's the best in the world. Because in the actual NASCAR race, this track actually has pretty much one of the highest point awards than any of the other tracks.
Yep.
Because that it can really make or break you in the chase. But it's really, really great to see that only 4 regular cautions. That is actually kind of unbelievable. Because I believe it was Bristol. We had, I'm pretty sure most of them were game cautions, just because the sheer amount of, when there was a wreck, it was huge. It was like 5 people at a time.
That's one thing about, Bristol and Martinsville is close corners as they are, as small as the tracks are, it's nearly impossible to avoid somebody.
And especially when you guys get around, you definitely will, cause blockage in the track, because your car is the size of the track. So you will cover up pretty much like 80% of the track. Ooh, one almost spun out there. One came up over those rumble strips on turn 1 a little bit too heavy.
Oh yeah, they will. And one is kind of treacherous in the sense that if you go over the outside rumble strips and you're getting back in the throttle, it will spin
Oh, it'll
or
tow a
it'll
lot.
tip the one side of your car up and you lose complete control of the car.
Yeah, and then you almost flip.
I mean, Popeye still makes fun of me for a race that happened. I overshot that turn and I sent him flying. He launched over
Probably
that turn.
launched out of the track. Gotta love that, you know. Well, I mean, if it was actual racing, that would be fucking terrifying. But you know.
That one, the hit your dad took that day, I don't know if that was real life racing if they would have survived that.
They probably wouldn't have, but you know, it's great that it's a simulation compared to a, you know.
But honestly, to me, some of the best racing is right here on these road courses.
Very true, because it
Because
shows.
it takes more than what anybody has to go through on an oval. The throttle control, the braking, the give and take when you've got people around you.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the very difficult things, especially passing on this track. It's extremely difficult compared to, you know, the oval tracks where, you know, you just either go inside or outside. You know, on these ones you have to go a specific in or out depending on what turn it is, because you will not be able to make that turn properly and lose all the momentum you had.
Well, and honestly, the best way to pass at a track like this, or Sonoma, you know, get your turn, maybe brake a little bit earlier than the person in front of you, so you can get back into the throttle sooner, so you gain on them on the straightaways, and it makes it a lot easier to pass.
True, but then again, you also risk the factor of trying to hit that rumble strip, or even, you know, going too far out in a turn and almost, you know,
Right.
swirling out. You risk so much from that. When
That's
versus
where
like
we
at an
go
oval
to
track,
the throttle control.
yeah, and that's extremely difficult, especially on a road course track.
Exactly, it is.
But if you can definitely get that down, it's a beautiful way to pass somebody.
I see these guys are, you know, that they're getting it down because they're putting on one heck of a show.
Oh yeah,
As you see the 43 passing the 10 there.
yeah, it's definitely beautiful to see, especially because that was a perfect example of what you were just telling me. Is, you know, you brake a little bit sooner and you get that gas control, and then you turn just ever so slightly.
And there, Claire kind of overdrove that turn
yeah.
to try and get back by the 43.
Oh, gets a little bit bumped into the 43 because the 43 came down. Ooh, 10 around. Got a little bit too loosey-goose in that dirt. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh,
I
that
do
18.
not know how Buck just avoided that.
I gotta give props to Buck there, man. Wow.
Maybe that Toyota he's driving has a little bit more turning capability than we know of.
I think we need to do an extensive research of what this man has done to his car. He might be in the illegal stage now. No kidding. No, but yeah, that was a great save by Mr. Buck. That is one thing I do gotta give Buck a lot of credit for, is his handling skills are fantastic.
Yes, you know, Buck has came a long way. His first season with us, he was on my team, and I swear to you, the man, I would send him setups, and that man would refuse to change them. He was afraid to change them. And believe it or not, you know, every driver has a different driving style, but he still managed to make those setups fast without changing anything. And it's been great watching him grow, and you know, now he makes his own setups and he's great at it. He's fast week in and week out.
Yeah, he definitely has a strong car out there. At the beginning of the race, I was debating whether or not to go for him or a 9 to 5. Because that 18 and the 43, they got a
bet against
great
your
right
dad
leg.
on this one.
Nah, I bet on him last week and he lost, so he gets the house of shame right
Last week was a bad race for quite a
now.
few of us.
He had that car, he had the perfect car for that, but just a lot of stuff where he was in the wrong place at the wrong
Well, obviously you've seen how many times I got wrecked last race.
time. Oh yeah, you were always in the wrong at that point. Well, you were in the wrong, you just kept getting wrecked. Cuz I remember Popeye especially saying that yeah, come on, you need to remember it's still racing. And you're like, all right.
Well, when you get wrecked a total of 13 times and frustration starts to set in, yeah.
I'd start getting frustrating after the sixth, man. I'd start getting frustrated after the third, to be honest. But
But I mean, it is what it is. I took the 3 laps down, and there's plenty more races in the season. I'm already in the playoffs because I've won 2 races, but I'll get those points back. Just got to take my time and one race at a time.
see, when it comes to choosing cars, like or the drivers for who to win the race, I've been correct 8 times out of the what is it? We've done I want to say 23 tracks. I'm pretty sure we're around 20. That I do know for sure.
Who did you bet on to win Bristol?
I I bet on Nate. Yeah, and Nate ended up finishing in sixth place. So he was 4 of those 21 reasons that those cautions went out actually. So it was quite funny to me actually.
Al, are you gonna bet on me to get the season sweep?
Uh, you got really
That's
good
my goal.
chances. You got really good chances, so maybe. It's too early on to say it,
Right.
but you definitely are a great candidate for it. You
And that's a race
you
I definitely
48
want.
are kind of the ones that I'm kind of going for to win the whole thing. I want the 48 to win the whole thing, but just showing how many points he has, he doesn't have the qualifications to be one of the highest point leaders. He definitely has great points, but he's not one of the point leaders.
Now, me, I would love to win the whole thing.
Shoot
Just
for
to
it,
say
man. I
that,
know you could. It's
I'm
just that work.
I'm the only owner that hasn't won.
Really? You got to get that shit then. You got to get that
Yes,
shit.
I do. This is our 4th season. Nate's won 2. Popeye's won 1. It's my turn.
You should kick Nate out of one of those wins and just you take it,
Oh no. I'm not that type to be given a
Oh
win.
yeah,
I don't
no.
want to
No,
get it
instead
that way.
give it, take it from him,
Right.
Like Popeye for this instant. I believe he's the point leader for this season so far.
Yes.
Okay, so and then I want to say you're 5th?
3rd or 4th.
Yeah, so you're in the top 5 range. That I do
Actually,
know.
I can look for you.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, you are the actual one that keeps that point score. So
Well, it's always posted to our chat too.
Oh yeah, true.
The points are.
I never check it, so I know Nate is definitely up there, but he's had a pretty slow season compared to, some of the other seasons he's
I
had.
am currently sitting in 4th.
So I was close. Yeah, okay.
God.
How many points are you
Between
in
the
4th
3
from
of us,
the leader?
we've got 7 wins.
Wow. Really shows you guys are the owners, huh?
I'm quite a few points behind because of the fact that I had to work I had an emergency call during the Martinsville race,
Ah,
and when we get called away from work, we only get half of last place points.
I gotcha. So at least you still get points versus the fact of not showing up and getting none.
Right. It still hurts you though.
Oh yeah, it's still a considerable drop, but you know, it's definitely better than having none, because it's still
Right.
the last place points. But duty calls. The duty calls. No, but it's insane to see how much lead this 24 has on the 9 car right now.
That's all in the pitting.
Oh yeah, yeah, because this is really spread out, and usually it's not like this. But it's great to see because it really shows how people do and handle on their own versus when they're together or when they're around somebody else. Like for instance, right now the 43 and the 48 are back at it again, trying to run those those tires out the wall.
Yes.
There is
Exactly.
9 laps to go in this race. Been a quite interesting race. This race. I mean, shoot, even last race was really interesting. You guys are definitely improving with how you guys are handling your cars, with how handling around each other, getting that race down. I mean, shit, all
And
of you have come a lot more, especially from the beginning of the race or beginning of the season.
right, right.
Even you've grown. Fucking, I know 48's grown. I know Claire is growing. He's not growing a lot, but he's still growing. He's definitely made a lot of changes compared to what he was doing, last season.
Right.
He was telling me when he was up here in the booth with me that he would just nosedive anybody he could.
He would. I mean, I gave him a win in our truck series when we had our truck series running.
Yeah,
I was the leader. I seen him coming, and I knew exactly what he was gonna do.
and so you let him go by.
And he dove by him that corner, so I laid up a little bit early because I knew he was gonna shoot past me. If I didn't lay up, he would have wrecked us both.
And you both wouldn't have had a chance. You guys would have both lost those points that you guys
That
had.
was the last lap.
Oh yeah, you guys would have no points then.
And
Because everybody would
sometimes,
fly past
racing
you.
is about that.
It's down to that last line. It's whether you want to make that decision to get points or none at all.
Right, right.
Is it's better to get that second place, to be the first loser, than to being the last loser.
Right, right. I mean, last race was a prime example of that.
Very prime
Never,
example.
since I've ever started racing, I have never finished a race 3 laps down.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that were down.
And I did there because there at the end, I had been wrecked so many times, I didn't care.
Give me 1 second.
God, Popeye has got one heck of a lead. These guys have to be praying for caution. Looks like that 48 and that 1 are having one heck of a battle right now.
Hello? Sorry about that, guys. I'm having a little bit of a technical difficulty. Sorry about that. Hello?
You alright?
There we go. Sorry, I had gotten a call. there, Mr. Ataxia?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, cool. Just making sure, you know, the fun stuff. Love technical difficulties, you know?
Oh, that's true NASCAR, man. It wouldn't be NASCAR without technical difficulties.
Well, I guess it really goes to show, huh? Even the booth
We're
has some
making
problems.
it more realistic every day.
Yeah. Luckily, the stream still heard me, but you know, they still heard you and me. But you know, that's just the backup, just in case. Fucking Natro. He made a remark to my father just now. He said, "Hey, I don't even care. I'm still getting second, and I'm still getting laid tonight." And my dad said,
God.
"Oh, fuck you. At least I get first."
Well, you know, you could always point out the fact that Nate's girlfriend is 5 inches taller than him.
Yeah, she is also a giant compared to this man. It's always funny to me that every girlfriend Nate has had is considerably taller than him. The one that he had Mary Jo with, she was almost the same height as him, but just a little bit taller.
Now, I can't say nothing, you know. Me and
I love fucking with him.
Me and my old lady
What is
went
your
our separate ways.
Oh, I was gonna say, what is she, like 7'8" or what?
No, but
NBA
the
basketball star
girl that's interested in me that works for the same company I do. She just lives 2.5 hours away from me.
Oh Jesus!
Is actually 7 inches taller than me.
Oh Jesus! Well, I'm average height, you know, the 5'6", 5'7", so, you know, everybody that is my age is considerably taller than me, so fun stuff about that. I fit in with a lot of grown-ups because everybody's my height. The reason why they changed the average height this year is because of the fact that everybody that is, you know, in my age here is like almost 6 foot. Pretty much everyone. There's that occasional, you know, 5'2", 5'3". But
now see me, I'm 5'3", and we got little Natro over there at 5'2". You know, I have Sage driving that car really good in his booster seat.
Yeah, you at least, you know, you have that cushion, so you at least have cushion, so you know you can have that comfort. Nate, he has to have like 7 pillows underneath him, and then he has to get like gas and brake extensions.
Nate looks like he's having a little bit of trouble there. He just smacked the wall.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's talking to somebody right now. I can,
and, you know,
sometimes I can hear my dad's like the headphones that he's wearing. I can sometimes hear it, and sometimes I can hear what other people are saying. So it sounds like he's talking to somebody right now.
See, racing with these guys as long as I have, you learn different ways to beat them, and you know what your dad's biggest weakness is on the track?
Oh, what's that?
Talking about a certain subject. Paying attention to what he's doing.
That's called psychological. That's called psychological warfare right there. I know all of his because I was a child once, and I was a mischievous little bastard. Even though I'm still talking about myself, I know I was. I'm pretty sure everybody was at one point in time in their life, or unless you're a little fucking angel, you know. I've only met 2 of those in my lifetime.
I was an angel growing up.
See, when I was a baby, I was an angel, and then as soon as I started walking and talking, my parents said I was a little asshole. No, apparently my father is watching the beginning of the stream while driving. That's how much of a lead he has right now.
Oh, that must be nice. He's probably sitting in his chair, sitting there driving one-handed too.
Yeah, he probably has a beer in one hand, his fucking phone set up on his little wooden fucking racing rig. I believe Mr. Nature is on his last lap right now.
Now, it has been one heck of a race, and I'm really, really proud of everybody in this league.
Oh yeah, because especially for a road course, this is a great race.
4 cautions.
Yeah,
That is almost unbelievable.
especially for a road course.
Right, right.
Obviously, there's been a couple around, but other than that, 4 cautions is still unbelievable compared to some of compared to the other road course that we've had. Fucking Sonoma, that was pretty interesting with the cautions because that night we had 16 cautions. Yeah, we had 16 cautions that night. That was one of my first streams by myself, so I didn't talk at all. I talked like twice, and then the rest of the thing was silent because what I did is I just put you guys talking, so it was still people talking. Because occasionally by myself, I like to pop in, have the experience of all the drivers talking for the stream. It kind of livens it up a little bit.
Right. It does.
Even though,
It
I'm
looks
not
like
talking
the
at all,
race
it
is
still
now
helps.
over because Popeye's driving a lot slower than what he was.
Same with Natro. Yeah, that was one hell of a race. I would like to give a congratulations to Mr. Popeye for that win tonight. He would have had both the road course wins, but yeah, you know what happened the last time.
He felt generous to, he didn't want to feel like he was picking on the little kid. That's why I told Nate earlier, when I go over there to see him, we're gonna have to take his car anywhere we go somewhere because I don't want him getting in mine and somebody think I'm kidnapping a kid.
Yeah, I really don't want to go to jail for kidnapping a 40-year-old man.
Right? Can't say much. I'm almost that age too.
Oh yeah. Do we want to do interviews, Mr. Ataxia?
Yeah, we can. I don't know if I'd be heard in the stream.
Nah, you'd actually be a great help for that. Just so basically, when you're doing a interview, you want to ask how they did and what they could have done right and what they could have done wrong. Fun stuff like that. But you don't want to ask
Right.
all of that on one person because obviously you have a bunch of other drivers to talk about and compliment, all that kind of fun stuff.
The first one I want to interview is Claire.
All right, we'll pop into that chat real quick then. All right, I'll see you there then.
All right.
Let's do this boy, go down to party, leave this party. We're going to go back to party, jump into this.
All right. We have a few things that the booth wants to ask everybody and do. First off, as one of the owners, I want to say congratulations to Popeye and the rest of you. You guys did one hell of a job. 4 cautions. Other than stage breaks, 4 cautions.
Hell yeah.
That is badass.
Yeah, compared to Bristol and fucking all that, you know, and even Sonoma,
Now,
this is definitely insane for you guys.
Nate, got a question for you.
Hell yeah.
What happened there? How did you let Popeye pull so far away from you?
My shit got real loose for a couple laps, and I just okay. And then I was fucking over driving shit, trying to catch people. It's all good.
It happens.
With everything I accomplished this race, I'm good. I'm happy where I'm at.
Well, as you said earlier in the race, not only did you finish second, but you're also getting laid tonight. So.
Oh wow.
I figured maybe he lost a couple of his telephone books and
Hey,
he couldn't see as well.
Josh, you can't
Oh.
say that on. Yeah, yeah, you gonna get him in trouble.
It's okay.
I'm gonna have to kick his ass next time I see him. No.
You did just say you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I did.
Well, that's a
Damn it
congratulations for
though.
you for that second place.
Damn.
Do you
It
feel
just
like you
happened. He
could have
was
done
messing
anything
up in a lot
different
of
this
corners.
race?
There was a lot of messing up, and then I really didn't mess up a lot, so he couldn't,
Yeah.
you know.
Is there anything you felt like you could have done different this race, Mr. Nate?
Um, try to slow it down a little bit. But I think I would have been fine. I stayed first two stages. The 24 and I pretty much stayed together like nose to tail. So I think it was just a matter of laps being rung over, and then I messed up a couple times, and so then you get frustrated at whole different thing. But like I said, dude, I got second all throughout the race. I'm not bitching about where I'm at. So my team finished 1, 2, 3. I'm good.
Well, I gotta give a congratulations to that team points right there. You know. Now, when Mr. Ataxia was saying inside the booth, as soon as we wanted to join this, he was saying he wanted to interview Mr. Claire. So, shoot
Well,
for
this
it.
I gotta hear.
Shoot for it, Ataxia.
He thought he was gonna get 2 wins in a row. That's what I heard the other day.
First thing I was going to ask Claire was, what happened tonight, man? It didn't look like you had a car to really contend anywhere.
Well, I was kind of holding back. I mean, why push it if you already have one win? I'm already in the playoffs. Why push it? So, I mean,
So what you're
I'll
saying
see
is
him
you
in the
gave
playoffs.
Popeye that win.
Basically.
Okay, that was totally worth interviewing Claire for the stream.
That was
But,
funny.
like I said, I have one win already. I'm in the playoffs. I'm not stressing anything. Good win on Popeye, so.
All right, thank you,
I'll
Mr.
see him in the playoffs.
Well, let's hope, because you did not see us on that track.
He saw you guys
Oh,
once,
God,
when
sorry.
that restart when he was up in front.
What?
He saw you guys once when he was up in front with that restart.
Yeah, but that lasted for like what? A lap?
Poor Claire, poor Claire.
He'll
Now,
be all right.
I would like to interview.
He knows not to talk shit at road courses. He knows that.
Well,
He
you
still
missed
does.
what he just said. He gave you that win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Talk shit. That's talking shit. But hey, the proof's in the pudding. There you go.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of this race, I wanted the 43 of Mr. 9 to 5 toes to win this race because obviously you guys could see 43 had a strong car out there tonight. I just got to say that was great racing by you tonight.
Dang.
But is there anything you felt like you could have done differently in this race? Because obviously you could see there was a couple turns, you took a little too sharp, or a couple turns that you got at the wrong place. What do you think you could have done?
Maybe pit just a little earlier. Just a little earlier.
Get those fresh tires on the ground. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, but it played out. It worked out. The only thing that fucked up was at the end there, I ended up messing up and hitting the rumble strips and fucked myself. Or else I think I would have been racing for Jason. Me and Jason would have been racing third there.
Oh yeah, you guys had a tough battle that entire race.
Yeah, other than that, it was a pretty strong, good car. I was happy with it. I was cool.
All right, that's good to hear then.
I know.
I'm proud of what happened. I'm content.
I ate it too.
I beat Rare Bit, so my points should be up. I should, maybe slide into playoffs or something with that there. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. We'll find out when the standings come out.
Well, thank you for that. Now, Mr. Buck, I would like to ask you, how the hell did you get around Claire on that when Claire spun around that corner on the, I believe it was the second turn? Buck, are you? Oh yeah, okay, cool.
I don't know, man.
Because it was so close. Like Claire was, I want to say he was less than 10 feet from your vehicle. He was close.
Just lucky, I guess. Considering how close we were. I just tried to roll. I let off of it and hoping he would stay down on the track and not wash up on me. And I just rolled right past him. Luckily.
Yeah.
That was just luck. There was no skill involved in that. That was just luck.
me and Ataxa were talking about. We were like, maybe those Toyotas got a second handling feature, going on in their vehicle.
No, man. I mean, the car was good. The Fudge Brownies 18 ran really good tonight. He just didn't have nothing for the Hendrick cars. They just were good. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations to Hendricks, of course. And to 24 for the win. The guys were just really, really good tonight, and everybody in the field had fast cars. They just were consistent. They ran their line, they hit their marks. Braking zones were really good for them, and they were able to stay out front. 24 and cleaner. I mean, any track, he's a monster.
I ate dinner, yeah.
But shout out to Toyota, and M&M's. The car was great. Joe Gibbs for the car, it was great. It just wasn't enough,
Yeah.
The lone wolf, huh?
You were definitely strong out there. I will give you that. That was a hell of a race, especially for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, buddy.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
somebody that has never been in here before, Mr. Gasman. You had a great start to the race. What happened?
Oh no! This is Big Papa. I just
Oh,
I had to
okay.
switch up. I had to switch up the name a little bit. No, I'm extremely happy with third. That's all I got. I'm good with that. Road courses are not my forte. So yeah, I won tonight. I'm good.
Yeah, no,
Extremely
you had a great car out there tonight. You and 9 to 5 Toes, you guys were battling head to head that entire race.
Yeah. Vinny's no pushover, and yeah, he's a tough customer. I'm just I'm fortunate to finish ahead of him, and I was wondering how that was going to play out with him pitting the way he did. And I'm glad. Unfortunately, I'm glad it did for me. But no, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, I won tonight. I'm good. Awesome points night for HMS.
Oh,
Good job, Popeye.
Great points for them.
There you go.
Now I want to go to Cowboy actually, because Cowboy had a very interesting race this race. So what do you think you could have done this race that put you up in that top 5?
Cowboy hates road courses, so he don't
I know he
play.
does. But that it was great to see. I understand Cowboy's not here, but it was great to see that Cowboy was, even though he hates these tracks, hates them with a passion, he still stuck it out to the end.
He did.
Yeah, it's also those 27 laps that Ataxia had. He also he had a good standing with his vehicle and stuff like that. So I got to give you some props for that. But yeah. Maybe you would have been in front of Mr. Mr. Big Papa. No, but yeah, good
Good
racing
to
out there
hear you
tonight.
talking in the booth tonight, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, awesome job up there, guys. That sounded amazing from what we've heard.
Well, yeah, good to see that Ataxia, has that boost stuff. I might just bring him in while he's driving,
Yeah, if anybody can handle it, Mr. NASCAR can handle doing 2 jobs at one time. He's got it down.
Ataxia's like,
Just
yeah.
like we were talking about before, having somebody in there that knows the cars and knows what it takes and everything.
Well, yeah, you guys can play off each other. It's extremely hard for you to talk to yourself. So
Yeah, it's,
awesome job, both of you guys tonight.
It's a fun time talking to myself over here,
Damn it.
I
Good
may do it
night.
to myself already.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I want to say
Hey, thank you, everybody. There's a great race at WatkinsGlenn. Great race tonight.
Yeah.
4 cautions, only 4 cautions.
only 4 cautions. That was beautiful.
Besides the stage caution, so that's really good, especially at this track. Last year, it was, I think, like 12 or 13 cautions.
Yeah, I
We
don't
just did
know.
not get into turn 1.
Definitely.
So it's a lot better this week. Good race, good race,
We
good
got
race.
Daytona next week.
Yep, Daytona's next week. HMS
Alright,
is
so
looking forward to that.
Listen. All right, so about 9 o'clock my time. Okay, my time. So it's gonna be like 9, 10. What's it? 12 o'clock.
Midnight.
12 o'clock.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it'd be
Oh,
12
9
o'clock in the
during the day.
afternoon.
Alrighty, so I now want to say congratulations to pretty much everybody racing out there tonight. That was a fantastic race, as me and Ataxi were saying. Congratulations to everybody once again. It was fucking a monster of a race. Good to see those battling head to head. Those 4, for Big Papa, fucking what's his name? Vinny, fucking Popeye versus Natro. That was definitely great to see. But yeah, congratulations to everybody out there tonight, and that'll be the closer for tonight. So everybody have a great morning, great afternoon, and a great night. Beautiful.